Right now at T-Mobile, we're getting rid of the trade-in headache. Switch with our Magenta Max plan and get the epic iPhone 12 with 5G on us, no trade-in required.
Check out this great 4K video. I even posted it with 5G way out here.
A new iPhone 12 on us, no trade-in required. T-Mobile, the leader in 5G.
With 24 monthly bill credits plus tax for well-qualified buyers. Contact us before canceling to continue bill credits or credit stop and balance on required finance agreement due. Up to 2 per account. T-Mobile is the largest 5G network and named fastest by OpenSignal Awards and USA 5G User Experience Report July 2021. Details at T-Mobile.com.
Hey, it's Ben Maller. This podcast is sponsored by M1 Finance. When it comes to your financial fitness, it's best to prepare for the long game. M1 Finance gives you all the tools you need to grow your wealth without charging any management fees, so you can put more of your money where it counts. Plus, with the Finance Super app, you can invest, borrow, and spend all in one place, making it easier to see the big picture. Visit m1finance.com/Ben Maller. That's M1 with the number 1 to sign up and get a $30 bonus when you make a $1,000 deposit after approval. Terms and conditions apply. Investing involves risk, including the risk of loss. M1 Finance, member FINRA SIPC.
CareerBuilder is made for people who have that thing. You know, those superpowers that make you good at your job, the skills you bring to work. And CareerBuilder knows those skills make you right for other jobs too. Higher paying jobs with benefits. Jobs you never thought of trying. Are you a people person? Work from home as a customer service rep? Are you organized and like driving? Become a delivery driver. You have the skills it takes, and CareerBuilder.com has the jobs to get you hired fast. Visit CareerBuilder.com.
Thanks for listening to the Best of the Ben Maller Show podcast. Be sure to catch us live every weeknight from 2 to 6 Eastern, 11 p.m. to 3 a.m. Pacific on Fox Sports Radio. And to find your local station for the Ben Maller Show at foxsportsradio.com, you can find it there, or stream us live every night on the iHeartRadio app by searching FSR.
This is the Best of the Ben Maller Show on Fox Sports Radio.
High school shenanigans on steroids. Welcome in the beginning of another edition of the Ben Maller Show. We are together in the air everywhere as we paint a word picture coast to coast, border to border, and beyond on the vast and powerful microphones of FSR, emanating live from inside your eardrums, providing marginal sports talk radio all night long. The Fox Sports Radio studios in the North Woods. And so our lead this hour coming from TV's Bloopers and Practical Jokes, the high school edition. Now, we very rarely talk about high school football. Why would we? It's a nationally syndicated show. There'd be no reason to do that. But in a previous episode, we told you the wild story. We didn't know a lot about it at the time, but the reports were that ESPN had gotten hornswoggled into broadcasting a bogus high school football team's game, a school that did not actually exist in a brick-and-mortar sense. The school, which went by the name Bishop Sycamore out of Ohio, played a well-known institution, a clearinghouse of football prodigies called IMG Academy in Florida. So that was the matchup, and IMG won the game 58-0. It was billed as a showcase, that game, between blue-chip future college football stars. Obviously, that was not the case for one of the teams, and since that story happened, it just happened over the weekend, in the hours since then, the days have now passed, the days plus has passed, we've come to know that school in Ohio was totally made up. The story has taken an even more strange turn as more information has been made available. It's just a fascinating story. I can't help but want to talk about it and have a conversation with you about it. So if you've not been keeping track, and I can't blame you, perhaps not, we have learned that the Ohio High School Athletic Association, the OHSAA, if you're looking up the initials, they do not recognize this Bishop Sycamore as a legitimate high school. So they're not even a legitimate high school. So the reports were accurate. And that their physical location, the practice facility, and roster eligibility could not be verified. So you have an illegitimate high school with no physical location, no practice facility, and who knows who's eligible and who's not. But wait, there's more. So they showed on the TV broadcast the head coach of Bishop Sycamore, this guy named Roy Johnson, is the name they put on the chyron on the television. And now we have learned he allegedly has an active arrest warrant hanging over his head on fraud charges. So it gets better and better. So let us discuss. Now the question. All right, what do you make of a fascinating story of a bogus high school football team getting a nationally televised game? You know how many powerhouse high school programs there are in the United States, like big time. Every part of the country has a powerhouse football program. Every region has that local high school team that just dominates. And this one, a team that doesn't even really exist, ends up getting a nationally televised game. So my thoughts on this, I've got Sia, New Zealand rock band, and manuscript. And we will tie all of these things together here, and those will be the tenets of this Maller monologue. Now, this story, I'm telling you, it gets better and better and better and better and better as time goes on. As time passes, it's wonderful. I had no intention. I was like looking for stuff that I thought was interesting, and I could have circled back to the Mets and Javi Baez and Francisco Lindor, Tweedledee and Tweedledum. But no, this is a better story here. This is a better story. We keep getting nuggets of gold. And when you get nuggets of gold, you got to go with that. And so the people behind this Bishop Sycamore story, we don't even know who they really are. But whoever they are, a tip of the cap, because you have pulled off one of the great scams in sports. And to think that this could happen in this day and age, what an accomplishment, right? We are talking about a symphony of fraud. To think that in the internet age, you could have a glass-shattering type moment. I put this up there. I think it's some of the great hustles that have taken place in sports. And Rosie Ruiz, I believe was her name, the woman that faked the Boston Marathon. That's a great legendary story of the past. There's been some other imposters along the way, but this is right up there in the top 5. We are talking again about in the internet. There's these machines called computers, internet age. They have these search engines called Google and others, and a simple couple of buttons, you type them in there and you do your due diligence, and you would have figured out that this is not a legitimate operation. So we are at the stage of the story that I call the CYA stage. That's CYA. Cover your ass. That's the part of the story we're at right now. So you've got ESPN executives who got bamboozled, and they are passing the buck, saying it's a third-party firm named Paragon Marketing Group. The president of that company is also trying to distance himself from the details of the story. So there's a lot of damage control going on, which you would expect in a story like this. There's a lot of pie on the face. A lot of pie on the face, and you're embarrassed. Now, part B of this, the tale of the fake school is Alice in Wonderland special. It's how far down the rabbit hole do you want to go? And I'm telling you, if you haven't kept up on this, it's worth your time. Every twist and turn gets more and more. It's like that New Zealand rock band from the 90s, OMC, right? How Bizarre, that song, their one-hit wonder. How bizarre. For reference, this bogus high school team, Bishop Sycamore, allegedly from Ohio, did you hear that they played a game on Friday and the TV game on ESPN was on Sunday? So that means they played a second time in 3 days. That's, of course, more of a basketball schedule than a football schedule. We already mentioned the coach allegedly with an active arrest warrant on a fraud charge. And the fact that there's just never been a legitimate Bishop Sycamore in Ohio. Most of the players, it gets even better, most of the players on the fake team already graduated high school, meaning that the imposters are older than high school age. Think Danny Almonte in the Little League World Series years ago. We're talking about junior college age players playing like they were back in high school. All right, last word here. So this entire story is going to provide many hours of entertainment. Being a distant relative of Nostradamus and friend of Nostradamus, I will guarantee that we will see not one, but 2, 3, 4 documentaries. We're going to get a best-selling book out of this. It's got all of the ingredients, the spices for award-winning content. 2 games in 3 days again. Coach one step ahead of the law on the run. Made up school right out of thin air. Supposedly it's an online-only charter school that has a website, from what I understand, that looks like a cheaply made blog that somebody just, with no knowledge of computers, just said, I can make a website. Let me just put this up. The team last season was 0-6. They convinced the executives at ESPN or somebody who was associated with that network to broadcast their game on national television, and they got blown out. And it's not like they were 0-6 and they were close, supposedly. Able to hoodwink the worldwide leader into a broadcast, and it's so great. It's so great. Now, looking back on it, you had the players on this imaginary team sharing helmets. They didn't even have enough equipment, so they had to share helmets and pass it back and forth. So get the manuscript ready to go. It's already got the plot. It's got the movie plot. This writes itself. It writes itself. It's the story that will play out like a Hollywood spectacular made for the big screen. We're talking big screen here. Now, the question is this a comedy or is this a drama? Do you make it a comedy or a sad, sappy drama? The storyboard on this is rags to riches to rags. I can see this in my head. I can see the scene where the coach contacts the marketing group or somebody associated with the fake school contacts the marketing group. I assume it's the coach, maybe not. And then they get the phone call back. Okay, we're going to put you on. We're going to put a matchup with IMG. We need a game. It's going to be on national TV. It's going to be picked up on Sunday. And then the coach is like, wait a minute, we already scheduled the game on Friday. We got to play that game because we got a little money out of it. And then we got to play the game on Sunday. So who's with me on this? Knock on wood if you're with me, like that old John Gruden quote. Knock on wood if you're with me. And then, so that's very dramatic, right? The storyboard on this, as we said, rags to riches to rags. Real life gridiron gang. The South Harmon Institute of Technology is back. Dwayne Johnson, his agent, will be getting a phone call here. I was gonna go like Will Ferrell, maybe Will Smith. I don't know. I mean, any big name. Most of my big name actors I can name have been around for like 20, 30 years. I can't name anyone else. But it's just set up. It's just set up perfectly for books and documentaries and the whole thing. And I can't wait to find out what I don't know now that I'm going to find out about this particular story. Because the story just gets better and better and better and better. And it's wonderful. Should I feel bad for loving this particular story? I don't think so. I think this is fair game here. This is again, it'd be one thing if this was the 1980s or the 1970s. We're talking about in the age of computers and smartphones and everyone's connected to everyone else and there's a paper trail, a digital paper trail of everyone. And I'm thinking also the broadcasters who did this game, typically these broadcasters go out of their way to get background information on players and tell stories about their mom and their dad and their uncle and their, the tug at the heartstrings type story. Did we get that? And did we not get that? And the broadcaster's like, wait a minute, I can't find anything on these people. Do they even exist? Wow. Crazy, crazy, crazy.
Be sure to catch live editions of the Ben Maller Show weekdays at 2 a.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. Pacific on Fox Sports Radio and the iHeartRadio app.
Football's right around the corner. Get in on the action with DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. And with the NFL returning, DraftKings is giving new customers $200 in free bets instantly when you bet $1 or more on any football game. And for week 1, DraftKings is giving all new customers a free shot at a $1 million top prize. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code MALLER to receive $200 in free bets when you place a $1 bet on any football game and get a shot at a $1 million top prize with your first deposit. That's code MALLER for a limited time only at DraftKings Sportsbook, an official sports betting partner of the NFL. Must be 21 or older and present in New Jersey, Indiana, or Pennsylvania only. New customers only. Minimum $5 deposit, $1 wager required. One per customer. Restrictions apply. See DraftKings.com/sportsbook for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or in Indiana, 1-800-9-WITH-IT. Hey, it's Ben Maller. Now that the world's opening back up, so many new thrills are on the horizon. And whether you've been in a relationship for years or just getting started or are excited to get back out there and meet new people again, why not? When the moment comes, you want to be ready, Roman ready. You know what I'm saying? Go to GetRoman.com/Maller now to talk to a U.S. licensed healthcare professional. With Roman, you get a free online evaluation and ongoing care for erectile dysfunction, all from the comfort and privacy of your home. Roman Ready equals confidence, the confidence that you know you can rise to the occasion in the moment. You know what I'm saying? The whole process is straightforward, convenient, and discreet. A U.S. licensed healthcare professional will work with you to find the best treatment plan. If medication is appropriate, it ships to you free with 2-day shipping. Getting started is simple. Just go to GetRoman.com/Maller to complete an online visit. Take care of your ED without leaving your home. Complete an online visit today to connect with a U.S. licensed healthcare professional and take care of it. Go to GetRoman.com/Maller today, and if you're prescribed, get 50% off your first month of ED treatment. Make sure you're ready to have confidence and control this summer. Roman Ready. Call him the Milkman or the Milk Crate. Welcome in the beginning of another hour of the Ben Maller Show. We are in the air everywhere as we push forward, coast to coast, border to border, and beyond on the vast and powerful microphones of FSR, emanating live from the aid, the sleep aid of the overnight, the Fox Sports Radio studios here in the North Woods. And we are together again. And our lead this hour comes from TikTok. I believe this is the first ever Maller monologue that has come out of that social media platform completely. So congratulations.
Whatever it is.
This is uncharted territory here. TikTok. I'm not on TikTok. Sorry, I'm not. I probably should check it out. I've snooped around a little bit, but I'm fully invested in it. I'm not there yet. Anyway, that is where the NFL news of the hour comes from, unless it doesn't. Now, this involves who else but TikTok star Juju Smith-Schuster of your Pittsburgh Steelers. And he is in hot water, according to some, because of a viral video that has been making the rounds. Now, if you didn't see it, maybe you're not plugged in. It's possible you missed it. So let me give you the basics on this. The Steeler receiver, who almost left the Steelers but decided at the last minute to come back to Pittsburgh, he can be seen in this video clip participating in the TikTok Milk Crate Challenge. The Milk Crate Challenge. Oh, my God. Now, if you're uneducated on this even more, let me give you the details on this one. So this involves a human being attempting to climb a pyramid that is made out of course, you guessed it, milk crates. And it's pretty popular right now in this moment because of the danger. Oh, my God, you could fall down and hurt yourself. And many people have bit the dust in dramatic falls, and those are the ones that get the most clicks, the ones that screw it up, get to the top of the mountain and come tumbling down the mountain of milk crates. Now, that didn't happen to Juju Smith-Schuster. We are less than 2 weeks away, though, from the NFL regular season. Time to make that money, and Smith-Schuster is playing with fire, so we're told. Now, several Pittsburgh fans furious with this stunt, taking to voice their displeasure with Juju Smith-Schuster, fuming, venting on social media, lashing out, demanding that Mike Tomlin take action against his receiver. The usual rigmarole. So let us discuss. Now, the question. Should the Steelers punish Juju Smith-Schuster for walking up a pyramid made out of milk crates on TikTok? And I'm going no on this. I'm going to go no. They should not punish him. And I'll tell you what. My observations, you got Rainbow, Johnny Cash, and Feathers. And we'll lock all of these things together, and we will create a word salad. The only kind of salad I enjoy eating is a word salad. Now, number one. This is where you there we go. Little late Iowa Sam. Number one. All right, so Juju Smith-Schuster living his best life. Now, it is intriguing, if not fascinating, that he continues to be obsessed with being a social media influencer. You think he's already won the lottery in the fame game, being a professional athlete, but he's filled his mind with these grandiose delusions of dominating TikTok, just dominating that platform. He's not satisfied with being worshipped for being a football player, and these people are worshipped for being star athletes, and you have a ton of lemmings in the football fandom world that will massage your shoulders and rub your toes just because you play in the NFL. And that's not enough. It's always human nature. You always want the next thing and the next big thing. And some people chase tornadoes or hurricanes. You see those videos that are just wild and crazy, especially the tornado chasers in the middle part of the country. But Juju, he is searching for that pot of gold at the end of the clout rainbow. That's what he wants. And let me tell you something. When you're chasing clout, you're always searching for the next viral moment. That's one of the blessings and one of the curses of that domain. Nothing lasts all that long. So I remember years ago now, it's been 7-8 years, the ice bucket challenge was big. There was the mannequin. Everything's a challenge. Mannequin challenge, the bird box challenge, the Tide Pod challenge, the cinnamon challenge. The lifespan of these things on the internet is notoriously small. It's like that of a fly, a garbage fly. It just doesn't last very long. You're always on the prowl for something better, right? You're always on the prowl. So if you're an NFL player and you're like, okay, I'm going to do the milk crate challenge, and then next week is going to be hang off a bridge and pretend you have a bungee, but you don't really have a bungee. It's like some kind of dog chain or something like that. And that, it's just most ridiculous things that they come up with on the social media platforms, and then it becomes popular and everyone has to do it. Now, secondly, as for the Pittsburgh fans, and I'm not going to say this is most Pittsburgh fans, this is a small but boisterous group on the warpath because of the milk crate challenge. Their sensibilities have been pushed aside. My advice is to go to the store and get a paper bag. I don't want you to hyperventilate. Take some deep breaths into the paper bag. The no fun police, a surly bunch. Stop having fun. You need to live. These people believe you need to live the Johnny Cash song, Walk the Line. You have to walk the line. Keep your nose clean. This is not Juju Smith out doing drugs or Juju Smith causing some kind of problem with society. In the big picture, this was limited danger. I'm going to tell you why. We have seen milk crate challenges. I've seen some of these videos in the last week to 10 days that have been much bigger. This was rather small. And Juju, you can rip him all you want, but he did not go full Mama Luke. He didn't go full loser here. He did have a safety net. This was not a daredevil without a safety net. Smith-Schuster had not one, but two spotters, one on each side, to catch him. So in many ways, it is like a bungee jump, right? The rope's going to get you most of the time. And Juju could have fallen to the right or the left, and somebody would have been there. He could have fallen on top of somebody. He would have not been injured, more likely than not. The other thing is he's a professional athlete. And these things are designed for social media influencers. It's not designed for professional athletes. This should be child's play. If you're a big-time professional athlete, I'm not talking about an offensive lineman, but I'm talking about someone who's at a skill position. This should be nothing. Like everyone else is a mere mortal who tries this stuff. But if you're an NFL player, come on. Now, it's different when you shouldn't do the Tide Pod thing. That's just a moronic thing. The Cinnamon Challenge is also a bit moronic. But anything like this where you're climbing up milk crates, then big deal. All right, final point. So the Steelers, here's my position on this. The Steelers knew what they were getting with Juju Smith-Schuster. This is not a case of buyer's remorse or bait and switch. And we have to read the fine print. I mean, obviously, we got to read the fine print. Did Mike Tomlin and the Steelers have a clause in the contract to limit whether he could do these kind of things on social media? Chances are they didn't. Chances are they just gave the standard boilerplate NFL contract, which you fill in the blanks, and that's how these contracts are. And you add a few things at the end, but not likely something along these lines. You can't do any TikTok videos because I'm assuming when Juju signed the contract that he was unaware, or the team was unaware, that this would be a thing. Right? You can't predict that the milk crate challenge is going to be a thing. And remember, Juju's the same guy who was dancing on other teams' logos to gain popularity on TikTok. And that led to a lot of pearl clutching, and people were freaking out. I can't believe he's doing that. What's wrong with him? He's good at ruffling feathers. He's good, Smith-Schuster, at ruffling feathers. Now that he's knocked that off, he's now graduated to milk crates. And that's a Y to the A to the W to the N, Jan. And remember, Pittsburgh got this guy at a bargain rate. The free agent market was not robust for Smith-Schuster. It wasn't. He returned to the Steel City on a one-year deal for $8 million. Now, if you paid me $8 million, I would text everyone I've ever known and say, my God, I have just gotten a great mitzvah. I have won the lottery. But in that world, in that ecosystem, it's chump change. It's you're the punchline when you're the receiver as a free agent and you're in your athletic prime and you get a one-year contract for $8 million. That is blasphemy in that world. And remember, he spun the story claiming Smith-Schuster that he took less money to remain with the Steelers. Yeah, okay. I'm sure that's the case. Our BS detector was working overtime. Now, where I come from, nobody leaves money on the table. Nobody leaves money on the table. And listen, again, Juju is enjoying life. He's a young guy having a good time on that. And clearly, he's not someone who's obsessed with following everything by the letter of the law. He's a spirit of the law guy. Have a good time. Listen, if this football thing doesn't work out, he will just dedicate his life. He'll put his head in the lion's mouth and dedicate his life to social media. He's fully in the matrix. You know, that red pill, blue pill. We know which pill he's taken, and he fully supports it, and he's on his way. He's been led down the garden path, and where that takes him, we'll find out.
Be sure to catch live editions of the Ben Maller Show weekdays at 2 a.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. Pacific. It's Maller.
How about that?
To the third degree. This is when Big Ben gets grilled.
And he is back, the Coop da Loop.
So new Falcons quarterback Josh Rosen, with his 13th team, I think, or something like that. He threw the Falcons' only touchdown in the preseason and said that he's looking to seize the moment with Atlanta. Do you think there's a chance that Rosen sticks this time?
Well, what is your definition of sticks? I guess we'll start with that. Josh Rosen is going to be Atlanta's backup. Unless they trade between now and the start of the season for someone better, he, by default, is going to be a broken toe from Matt Ryan away from the starting quarterback in the ATL. And in terms of Josh Rosen having a career renaissance, that is slim and none, and Slim is leaving on vacation right now. When it's nut-cutting time, Josh Rosen has been a flop. He peaked in that hot tub at UCLA, and if he keeps his mouth shut, he can hang around as a backup. and collect paychecks and get in that pension program for another few years. But am I betting on Josh Rosen to become a great backup? No. All right, next.
Former Astros starting pitcher Dallas Keuchel, now with the White Sox, says that he needs to lock in order to make the playoff roster. Ben, it seems like probably an obvious answer here. Do you take any joy in Keuchel's fall from ace status?
Oh, listen, it's wrong to enjoy schadenfreude at former cheating Astros, but you know how this works. Dallas Keuchel, forever branded a cheater, but he was a pitcher. But it doesn't matter. He was aware of the illicit espionage scheme pulled off by the cheating Astros, and he was a beneficiary with a Fugazi ring that he got and would not have won. The Astros have not won anything without trash cans and whistles. And so, of course, he's terrible. He shouldn't be on the playoff roster. All right, next.
Ben, NBA champ point guard Rajon Rondo will reportedly rejoin the Los Angeles Lakers after being bought out by the Memphis Grizzlies. Are you prepared for Rondo to add another ring to his collection?
Yes, I believe Rondo will win a ring pop from an ice cream truck. That's what he's getting. Rondo is washed up. You even admitted it, Coop, when he was playing for the Clippers. He was not only a player, he was terrible. He played in 13 postseason games, shot 34%. 34% from the floor. Did not play. Coach's decision, 6 other playoff games. What are you doing? I mean, the Lakers are going to have to play at 3 o'clock in the afternoon for the early bird special with Rondo. Why would you say the guy's washed up? What are you doing? All right. Anyway, how did we do, Koopaloo?
Ben, you fail this edition.
No, that's a Coop. You want me to go back and play the tape of you ripping Rondo and saying how
it doesn't matter. They don't need
was?
him. He's just going to be
Then
carried to a championship.
Why'd you sign the guy?
Locker room presence.
Oh, stop.
Fox Sports Radio has the best sports talk lineup in the nation. Catch all of our shows at foxsportsradio.com. And within the iHeartRadio app, search FSR to listen live.
Why don't we introduce our contestants right now? We're going to have a radio game show. It's Maller's Mountain of Money. We play it every week at about this time. We don't need the big Bafo Sacco introduction, so let's just welcome in our contestants. Who do we have? Let's see here. Would we like a classic matchup or a matchup of, well, there's no really good other option. Why don't we say hello to, who's our defending champion? We don't do defending champions.
We don't do that on this game.
We don't do that. That's right. Okay. Let's say hello to Josh in L.A. Hello, Josh.
What's going on, Ben?
What's going on? Now, Josh, if I allow you to play the game, you're not going to embarrass yourself, right, Josh?
I hope not, but I don't know how well I'm going to do.
You don't sound very confident.
How old are you, Josh?
I'll give it my best shot. 36.
All right, I mean, that's not bad.
He's right in the target demo.
Yeah.
All right, Josh, I'll let you play. Hold on a sec. Hold on. And Uncle Mo is in Brooklyn. Hello.
Oh, jeez.
What?
Nothing.
I can't put the other guy on because the other guy will say something that we'll have to dump.
I mean,
so I can't put him on
putting him up
here.
against an all-star, but that's fine. Welcome to the show, Josh.
An all-star?
Yeah, this
Good
guy.
morning, guys. How are you?
This guy, Uncle Mo, is a legend. He's taken down some big-time game show guys. And
by the way, Ben, I'm 26 years old, so I don't know if I'm the target demo or not. But
you're not 20. You sound a little.
How's someone named Uncle Mo 26?
He's an uncle. He's Uncle Mo.
I was an uncle by like 19. But.
Yeah,
that's true.
I'm a father too at 26. That's why I'm here right now.
That's right. He's got his kid. He's keeping his kid, fed or whatever. Yeah. All right. Well, that is going to be the matchup. So we got So Josh, you actually have an age advantage. So Josh, you should do better. Unless Uncle Mo's pulling our chain here, you should do better, Josh.
Theoretically, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And what do you do, Josh, in L.A.? What do you got going on? What do you got?
I'm a project manager.
Traffic manager.
Project manager.
No,
I thought you said traffic manager. Project manager. What would a traffic manager be? I don't even know. All right, project manager. I got you. All right, and Uncle Mo, what you got going on there in Brooklyn, Uncle Mo, for those that don't know?
I tutor high school kids.
Those punk high school kids, huh? You keep them in line, right?
I try.
Yeah, I hear you. All right. Well, very good. And Josh, who do you want to partner up with, Josh? You can play with anyone on the show. The cast of characters, myself, Ben, Eddie. Iowa Sam is in, and Koopaloo.
All right. Coop, you down for this?
Yeah, let's do it.
All All right.
All right.
It's Coop and Josh. And Uncle Mo, who would you like to partner up with?
I'm going to go with Benny Brightside.
Yeah, that's right. Mazel
You're
tov.
super
All
stoked
right.
about that, aren't you, Ben?
Absolutely. Let me tell you, we're going to win this game. All right. He might be 26, but he's got the knowledge of like a 70-year-old. This guy, unbelievable. Okay, what are the categories?
All right, gentlemen. This is the Richard Gere edition of Maller's Mountain of Money.
Oh,
He turns 72 years old today.
is that right? Good
Yes.
for him.
The categories are No Mercy, Pretty Woman, Unfaithful, and The Hunting Party. Josh, you were on first. Which category would you like?
Go with The Hunting Party.
The Hunting Party. All right. And Uncle Mo, which category would you like?
Unfaithful.
All right.
Ooh, unfaithful. Taboo. All right, everyone stay on hold there, and we will have in its entirety Maller's Mountain of Money. We'll get to it. We will do it next.
Be sure to catch live editions of The Ben Maller Show weekdays at 2 a.m. Eastern, 11 p.m. Pacific. Now, Maller's Mountain of Money.
Good Lord, that's a lot of money.
Do you have what it takes to get to the top? Probably not.
And away we go. It's Maller's Mountain of Money. We have introduced our contestants. If you were with us earlier in the hour, you heard that. We said hello to Josh in L.A. He is matched up with Coop, and I am matched up with Uncle Mo. Uncle Mo and myself, Uncle Mo in Brooklyn, and Coop a loop. The categories have been picked. You're going first, Coop. And I believe you picked The Hunting Party.
That is right.
All right.
Josh picked The Hunting Party. Josh, are you ready?
The Richard Gere edition, huh?
Yes, The Hunting Party,
Yes.
Richard Gere edition. Josh, we need the first and last name of the athlete in order to get the points. You're going to have 45 seconds to get through this list.
Now, does Iowa Sam know we only have 45 seconds?
Yes, he is ready with the timer.
All right.
I'm ready.
The Hunting Party, these athletes all like to hunt. Ready? Begin. He is the current quarterback for the Indianapolis Colts. He used to be with the Eagles.
Carson Wentz.
Yes. The mailman from the NBA.
Carl Malone.
Yes. This guy used to be a defensive end on the New York Giants. He now does like daytime TV.
Michael Strahan.
Yes. That's not who I thought that was. Okay, I'm going to skip this one. This guy hit a walk-off home run for the Dodgers. He limped out there. It was very famous. World Series.
Kirk Gibson.
Yes. This guy was a point guard for the Pacers for a very long time. He's now actually like a backup on the Bucks, I believe, the Milwaukee Bucks.
Sure.
All right. This guy was a pitcher closer.
Oh,
Coop, you should have gone to that one first.
Yeah. Bad strategy by the Coop the Loop on that one.
That's I believe it's 120 points.
Why should I have gone to that one first?
Because it's more
120.
points and it's an easier get than
You think that's easier?
than George Hill.
It's easy
Yeah.
for us, Eddie, but
I was going to say Jermaine O'Neal, but you don't play no more.
all right. Coop,
120 points. 120
What
points.
clue were you going to give for the last 100-point question?
Oh, well, kind of racist and
Relief pitcher for the Braves.
yeah,
That's
Would
pretty
you have
easy
gotten
one.
that, Josh?
racist relief pitcher for the Braves. Would you have gotten that, Josh?
John Lester.
John
Well,
Lester.
Close.
Close,
Yeah,
yeah.
John Rocker.
Yeah. All right.
John
Well, let's
Rocker,
get to
right?
it.
Damn it.
I wrote Justin Tuck at the 40-point one, and I was thinking Justin Tucker, the kicker for the Ravens, and then I realized that's not who that is. Anyway,
Okay.
all right. So we had 120 points. Uncle Mo, you are up next with Ben. Your category was unfaithful. These athletes were caught cheating on their spouse. 45
Oh,
seconds.
God. That's a long list.
45 seconds begin.
All right. Lakers star died in a helicopter accident.
Kobe Bryant.
Yes. NFL defensive back nicknamed Prime Time.
Deion Sanders.
Yeah. Sharpshooter for the 08 Celtics that beat the Lakers.
Ray Allen.
Yes. USC running back gave back the Heisman.
Reggie Bush.
Yes. Third baseman for the Braves. He's retired.
Chipper Jones.
Yes. Former Cavs center knocked up Khloe Kardashian.
Tristan Thompson.
Yes. Falcons safety in the late 90s arrested. NFL Man of the Year the night before the Super Bowl with a prostitute. Played for the
Pass.
Falcons. Pass. All right. Well,
That's
played
the
with
last
Carolina. Radio guy now, I believe, for the Carolina Panthers. No? All right. That's all right.
All right, that actually opens the door for us. We were going to be in
Don't
trouble.
be kidding. The door's not open.
Yeah, the
It's,
door's open.
That was Eugene Robinson.
240 to 120. 240 to
Who was
120.
the guy?
Eugene Robinson.
I
One of the
do
great
not know
moments.
who he is.
He had just picked up the NFL's Man of the Year award and got busted a few hours later with a prostitute. It's one of the great stories
great
in NFL
story.
history.
Right before the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah, it was the night before the Super Bowl, too. And Coop's Broncos were in the Super Bowl. So, yeah.
I can't believe my man A-Rod wasn't represented on that list.
There's so many choices.
All right. Josh, do you want Pretty Woman or No Mercy?
Oh, Pretty Woman.
All right. These sports figures have all enlisted the services of a working girl.
Oh, God, another long list.
45 seconds. Let's go. One of the greatest golfers of all time.
Tiger Woods.
Yes, he currently owns the New England Patriots.
Robert Kraft.
Yes. This guy used to play for the Tampa Bay Bucks. He was on NFL Network. He got fired after getting a prostitute.
Oh, Kurt Warner?
Defensive tackle. He used to play for the. This guy was a former baseball player for the Mets. He liked drugs a lot.
Darryl Strawberry?
Yes. A former pitcher for the Dodgers and the Athletics. He won like 3 World Series.
Hershiser?
No.
Oh, Dennis Eckersley.
No. We'll skip that one. This guy played for the Lakers, small forward. He kind of took the fall for Magic Johnson. He was probably the one who.
Shit.
You can't say that!
No! That was 70 points for 190 and not enough, Ben.
Yeah, that one probably was my fault, too.
Let's run it up, Uncle Mo. Run it up, Uncle Mo. Here we go. No mercy. These athletes were all on the winning side of the biggest blowouts ever. And here we go. 45
Don't
seconds.
curse.
Quarterback of the New England Patriots went to the Buccaneers.
Tom Brady.
Yes. The greatest receiver of all time for the 49ers.
Jerry Rice.
Yes. The Iron Horse of the Yankees back in the old days.
Luke Gehrig.
Yes. NBA player, the son of Arvidas, plays for the Indiana Pacers right now. Star. All right. Second baseman for the Tigers, and in the 2000s played with the Dodgers at the end of his career. Did a lot of home runs. Played for the Rangers. No?
Ian Kidsler.
Oh, good job. 1980s Cavs point guard out of Georgia Tech. I won. That's all. We won, Uncle Mo.